Hey guys, DJ Urbanowski with American Kami Custom Blades out of Omaha, Nebraska, here to talk with you today about a project that has been 3 years in the making and is also rather near and dear to my heart. If you're watching this video, I'm sure that you're as excited as I am about this, so you're not here to look at my pretty face. You guys want to see the bag. So without further ado, here we go. This is the Gen 3 SHIIT bag. It's the full-size bag. They're actually two sizes. There's this full-size version. It's 16 wide by 12 high by 6 inches deep. And then we have a smaller EDC oriented bag. This is the little SHIIT. It is 12 by 12 by 4 deep. We will talk about this bag in a separate video. Onto the full-size bag. Let us talk about the name itself. SHIIT is an acronym, stands for Situational Heavy Duty Idiots Implement Technical Bag. This bag is definitely the embodiment of all of those attributes. And let's get into materials now, and then we'll dive down into the feature set of the bag and what makes this thing so great. All USA made materials except for Cobra buckles, Austria-Alpin genuine Cobra buckles. They're actually made in Austria, obviously, hence the name. Our Cordura is 1000D. It is coated on the inside to give it some additional water resistance, help protect your gear, keep it nice and safe and dry. Strap system is made out of Type 7 parachute riggers webbing, resin impregnated. This stuff has a breaking strength of 6,000 pounds. Cobra buckles are especially strong. If you're not familiar with these, we have these two little locking ears right here. Clasp with the male end of the buckle. Not only are these strong, our adjuster here has a breaking strength of 4,000 pounds. And the locking mechanism itself is 2,000 pounds. So a good way to remember it is 2 for the locking mechanism, 4 for our bar, our adjuster, and then 6 for our actual resin impregnated parachute riggers webbing here. So 2, 4, 6 thousands of pounds. Very strong stuff. Not touting these as safety rated gear. Not insured to produce safety rated gear. If you want a safety rated strap or riggers belt, I would recommend 215 gear. Fantastic folks, fantastic product. Little shout out to them. They will take good care of you. But back to the buckles themselves. Great thing about these is they're very secure. No one is going to rip this bag off of your shoulder. When the buckles are under load, even if you depress both ears, it cams the lock shut. There's no way under load that these buckles can fail short of having 2,000 pounds exerted upon them. Furthermore, you have to actually depress both of these little ears here in order to get the buckle to release. Depressing one will not allow the bag to release. So probably the most secure buckle on the market today. I'm a big fan of them. The strap system itself is actually stitched to the bag body. So we have the ultimate in security, and then it's reinforced on the inside. Where every one of these box X stitches are, here around the strap system, there is another piece of this Type 7 webbing on the inside. And then our actual body of the bag is sandwiched in between those two pieces of webbing. So totally reinforced, about the strongest system that I could come up with. We have a lot of attachment points here, these soft points. We got 2 on each side of the bag, 2 on the bottom that our clasps are attached to. Our hardware is ITW Nexus, USA made also. And the production version of these bags will even have USA made feet. Production version, except for the Cobra buckles, not sure if they are, will be entirely Berry compliant, made out of USA made materials right here in the USA. So it's going to be pretty fantastic. Alright, onward to our features. Externally on the bag we have a flap, 2 Fastex buckles. We have a map pocket on the inside, Velcro closed, along with the document pocket. Here's our document pocket. Here's our map pocket. We have these little pull tabs. All the pull tabs in these bags have loops so that you can attach paracord to them and make it easier to get things open and shut. Everything is bound on this bag. Externally, any seams are seam taped. Same thing internally. All the seams are seam taped and sealed for durability and long-lasting life on this bag. We have a slash pocket on the front. This is the prototype. Obviously, you can tell zipper pull is missing from here. That obviously isn't going to be the case on the production bag. And then externally here, if we're looking at the front body of the bag, we have this panel of Velcro loop here on the front. It's a 2-inch panel for your morale patches. This is also what the flap attaches to. And then to add security to the flap, we've got these 4 snaps here. The snaps on the production bag will be black. Don't harass me. I know they're bright and shiny and fruity looking on this bag. Deal with it. It's a prototype. We have another strip of a 2-inch Velcro loop here on the back of the bag with 4 more snaps. So as you can see, the flap tears off. There's going to be a drag handle on the top of the flap here, just like you see on the smaller Little SHIIT EDC bag. It's just not here on the prototype. And then of course Velcro here. We can stick this on the back of the bag, we can stick it on the front of the bag. So you can decide which way you want to run it or tear the flap off. Now, externally on the front of the bag, we've got our technically 5 rolls of molly webbing here for attaching pouches and whatnot, tucking pins into it, etc., etc. We have this slash pocket on the front. It is Velcro lined. Up at the top of this pocket, we have 2 internal dummy cord loops. On the back of the bag, we have another pocket. It's got Velcro closure on both sides and fully pass-through. It is also lined with Velcro loop, and it also has a dummy cord loop in the top of each of the corners. So you can use that as a document pouch. You can tuck a body strap in here. You can do all kinds of things. Edged weapons and tools, firearms. Was originally conceived as a concealed carry pocket. It's a little bit short for that. Didn't want to make the bag any larger than it already is. It's plenty big enough. So in theory it was a good idea. You could fit a very small pistol in here. Full-size gun like a 1911 or G17 might have some challenges accessing that, so just something to be aware of. Okay, on towards the top of the bag, we've got our 2 drag handles. These things are also Type 7 parachute riggers webbing, resin impregnated, and then we're stitched 5 times on the top of each one. They're real comfortable. The original Gen 2 SHIIT bag actually only had 1 handle that was situated on the back of the bag. Problem with that is you fill this thing up, you grab one of these handles, and it wants to tip backwards. So not a very good idea. Before we get into the mouth of the bag and what's inside, let's go back to the strap. Very strong, very comfortable strap, even without the strap pad. As you can see, it does come with a strap pad. We've got molly webbing here. Plenty of loops to attach products to, carabiners, your keys, pins, whatever wants to slip in here, pouches, you can do that. Strap pad comes off, goes back on. It's got a rubberized back to it so that it doesn't slide all over you, stays put, and then it has some 1/2-inch closed cell foam on the inside for some extra padding if you've got this thing loaded up with your full battle rattle. This thing slides freely around the strap, and then you can actually, if you take the pad off, we have a strip here which we can then tear off. And if you want this thing to remain stationary, the inside of the strap is lined with Velcro also. And then this engages with our strap, and we're good to go. It's not coming apart. So onward to the mouth of the bag. 2 ways to access the contents. You'll notice we have a dual channel zipper here with the tongue. All you got to do is grab this handle. Both zippers are stitched together, and then you just yank that. We can then reach into the bag. Other way, like if it's critical that you get in the bag, you got some kind of an emergency, what have you, all you got to do is grab this pull tab here. Again, it's a loop. You can attach like braided paracord to this and whatnot. All you got to do is grab this loop. You're in the bag, full mouth open. So inside the bag, we are fully lined with Velcro, all four walls in the bottom. Good security here on this tab for closure, so the bag stays closed when you got it closed, stays open when you got it open. We have these four loops with snaps up at the top. We're going to have some little accessories that'll snap in here that you'll attach a dummy cord to, and then you can hook that to a knife or a light and whatnot. It'll keep your gear from walking off on you and also allow you to loan it out. Someone's like, hey, I need to borrow your light. You unsnap it, you hand it to him. He gets done with it, he gives it back, you snap it back in. In the dark, it's great because if you got stuff dummy corded to these four corners, you're like, hey, I need my light. No, I know it's right up on the front on the left hand side. All you got to do is reach in and grab that dummy cord and pull on it, and light comes out and it's in your hand, so you don't have to rifle through your bag in the dark. All interiors of these bags, regardless of the color, are going to be coyote in color, so even in the dark it's a little easier to see the contents of the bag. And then what we also have are two, and they're very difficult to see. Probably shouldn't show you guys this if you're not actually an owner of the bag, but what the heck, it's one of the features. There are two hidden document pockets, one built into each side of this bag, and they are large enough to fit American money, foreign money, passports, papers, etc., etc. And then once you've got them sealed, if you go ahead and tuck that seam tape over in there, you can't even see the opening of the secret pocket, so it's like they're not even there. They totally disappear. So that's pretty much the guts of the bag itself. We're going to go over the accessories that are going to come with the bag in a separate video. But here we go, 3 years in the making. Here it is, the Gen 3 SHIIT bag. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay safe.